$1,000 player. That's what they called him. But what happened next? Not even he was ready for it. In 1980, Garry Birtles became Manchester United's first ever £1 million player. The fee was $1.25 million. It was a record for the club. It was one of the first £1 million moves in all of English football. Everyone expected goals. What they got was something else entirely. But before we talk about what went wrong, let's talk about what made this man worth £1 million in the first place. Because Garry Birtles wasn't just any player. He was a champion, a winner, a man who had already conquered Europe. His story starts at Nottingham Forest. He didn't begin as a striker. Brian Clough saw him playing right back and had a vision. Clough moved him forward. It was genius. Birtles found his calling as a goal scorer. What happened next was magical. Forest had just been promoted from the second division. In 1977, they won the first division title. Birtles was part of that incredible team. His work rate was noticed. His finishing improved. He was becoming a key player. Then came the European Cups. 2 of them, back-to-back. In 1979, Forest beat Malmö in the final. Birtles provided the crucial assist in that 1-0 victory. He also scored 14 league goals that season. He was at the heart of everything Forest did. The following year, 1980, was even better. Birtles scored a vital goal in the semi-final against Ajax. That goal helped Forest reach another European Cup final. They beat Hamburg to defend their title. Birtles scored 12 league goals that season too. But European glory wasn't enough. Birtles also shone in domestic cups. He scored 2 goals in the 1979 League Cup final. Forest won that too. He was part of the team that beat Barcelona to win the UEFA Super Cup in 1979. This man knew how to win big games. By 1980, Birtles had won everything. 2 European Cups, a First Division title, domestic cups. He was proven at the highest level. He was 24 years old and in his prime. That's why Manchester United wanted him. That's why they paid a record fee. United needed him badly. The 1980-81 season had started terribly. They had an injury crisis. The team slumped to mid-table. They suffered an early exit from the FA Cup. Manager Dave Sexton was desperate to stop the rot. He needed a catalyst. He needed goals. So United broke their transfer record. Their previous highest fee was $750,000 for Ray Wilkins the year before. Now they were paying $1.25 million for Birtles. It made headlines across the country. Not everyone was happy about it. Gordon McQueen, a United player himself, said, "No one is worth $1 million." He wanted a transfer ceiling. Others agreed. The Playfair Football Annual wrote about widespread fears that the market was getting out of hand. Many clubs were struggling financially. These huge fees seemed wrong to some people. The pressure on Birtles was immense. He wasn't just a footballer anymore. He was a symbol of football's changing world, a symbol of big money, a symbol of excess. The expectation generated by the price tag weighed heavily on him. Things got worse before his first game. Birtles arrived at United carrying an injury. He missed pre-season. This was crucial preparation time lost. He couldn't build fitness. He couldn't learn the tactics properly. He couldn't bond with his new teammates. United were already struggling when he arrived. The team was in crisis. They needed an immediate saviour. That's a lot of pressure for any player. For a player who missed pre-season and was carrying an injury, it was almost impossible. The goal drought began immediately. Game after game passed without a goal. The media started to notice. The fans grew frustrated. The pressure mounted. Birtles went 32 league games without scoring. In all competitions, it took him 30 games to get his first goal. In his first 28 appearances, he managed just 1 goal. This wasn't just poor form. This was a national story. Birtles became the butt of the nation's jokes. Every week brought more criticism. Every game brought more pressure. The media and fans were relentless in their criticism. The mental toll was severe. Birtles later revealed something shocking. He said his goal drought caused him to nearly get killed in a car accident. He linked this to listening to AC/DC at the time. This wasn't just about football anymore. This was about a man's mental health. This was about real danger. Despite everything, Birtles never stopped trying. His teammates noticed his effort. His work ethic was never questioned. He ran, he fought, he gave everything, but the goals wouldn't come. The pressure was too much. The first season was a nightmare. just 1 goal in 28 appearances, but Birtles showed character. He didn't give up, he didn't hide, he kept working. Ron Atkinson took over as manager from Dave Sexton. He could have sold Birtles immediately. Instead, he kept him. He believed in him. This faith was rewarded. Birtles' second season was much better. He scored 11 goals in 1981-82. He found the net against Swansea City, Middlesbrough, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Notts County, Sunderland, Tottenham Hotspur, Brighton, Stoke City, Birmingham City, and West Bromwich Albion. These weren't just goals. They were proof he could still play. But the damage was already done. The narrative was set. The jokes had stuck. The pressure and expectations had taken their toll. Even with 11 goals, he never fully lived up to his potential at Old Trafford. The early struggles had defined his United career forever. After 2 seasons, United let him go. He made 58 league appearances and scored 11 goals in total. His final game was against Stoke City, the same team he faced on his debut. It was the end of a difficult chapter, but Birtles' story didn't end there. In 1982, he returned to Nottingham Forest. The move was perfect. He immediately rediscovered his scoring touch. He became a key player under Brian Clough again. The familiar environment worked wonders. This proved something important. Birtles wasn't finished. His struggles at United weren't about lost ability. They were about pressure, about environment, about confidence. Back at Forest, surrounded by success and support, he was brilliant again. He stayed at Forest until 1987. He scored 15 league goals in 1983-84. In 1986-87, he scored 14 goals and was joint top scorer alongside Neil Webb and Nigel Clough. He was proving his quality all over again. After Forest, he joined Notts County for 18 months. He appeared in almost every league game. In 1987-88, he scored 7 goals in 43 appearances. In 1988-89, he managed 2 goals in 20 games. He was still contributing. His final club was Grimsby Town. Even there, he made an impact. The club achieved 2 successive promotions during his time. In 1989-90, he scored 8 goals in 38 appearances. He was still helping teams win. By the end of his career, Birtles had incredible numbers, more than 400 professional league appearances, 100 league goals. Across all competitions, he made 511 appearances and scored 131 goals. He was also capped 3 times by England in 1980. These numbers tell the real story. Birtles wasn't a failure. He was a success. His difficult spell at Manchester United lasted just 2 years. His successful career lasted much longer. His legacy is defined by his remarkable success at Nottingham Forest. 2 European Cups, a First Division title, crucial goals in big games. He played an important role in some of the most memorable moments in Forest's history. Even his United spell deserves respect. He showed resilience and professionalism. He fought through the darkest times. He never gave up. He came back stronger. Birtles was a pioneer. He was one of the first £1 million players in English football. He paved the way for the astronomical fees we see today. His personal experience was a cautionary tale about the psychological pressure of big transfers. The controversy around his fee seems quaint now. 1.25 million is nothing in modern football, but in 1980 it was revolutionary. It sparked debates across the country. Birtles bore the weight of that change. He wasn't just a footballer. He was a symbol of football's evolution, from the amateur era to the professional era, from modest fees to £1 million moves. He stood at the crossroads of football history. Looking back, we can see the truth clearly. Birtles was a champion before United. He remained a champion after United. His 2 years at Old Trafford don't define him. His European Cup victories do. His goals for Forest do. His resilience does. For every pound that weighed him down at Old Trafford, there was a medal that proved he had already made it.